Have you ever wondered how an independent artist stores and transports prints for use in artist alleys? Well, you're about to find out. My buddy Dan, the Dungeon Possum, skittered into my DMs over on the Insta. All right, it wasn't my DMs, it was a comment on a post. But still, he wanted to know how I store and organize my prints to take them to various art shows and conventions around the country. And I thought that would be a great topic for a video, and that's what we's gonna do today. Now we jump over to my computer where I've got this Adobe Illustrator file of all my 8x10 prints that I like to sell at the various conventions and art fairs, witches markets, hay rides, hootenannies, and hooskows. I distilled that down into an Acrobat file, which has all the same art boards, just in bigger format. And then I print, kicking that over here. And we're just spitting that out right on this 8x10 matte photo paper. This Canon Pixma IX6820 is my printer. I've had this old workhorse for a lot of years, maybe almost 10 years. And it is just a workhorse of a machine. But I print out these prints right here. It takes a little bit of time because I like to do them decent quality. And there we go. Just that easy. Now we just have to bag it and tag it. By the magic of editing, we've landed in my main production area, aka my kitchen table, where here we've got that Dorktopus print bagged up with a backing board and a business card in the back. And I store all my prints in this Plano box. So we transport them like that. Seals up nice and nice and waterproof, and easy transport, easy stacking. I wish it had a handle on it, but you know, you can't have everything. And then likewise, we've got the identical box, another Plano box that I got at the Home Despot, which houses all of our framed up 4x6 prints. So I buy these frames bulk from Amazon. They come 12 to a box. I've got tons and tons of boxes. We print out those 4x6 on that Canon matte 4x6 photo paper, drop them in here, and then display them at the show. I'll show you that later when we're actually at the show. We also keep a photo album of loose 4x6 prints to go with these empty frames, and then as the show goes on, we replenish our stock, or if someone asks for something that we don't have in that size or out on display, we can put that together for them real quick and satisfy them. Over here is my large rolling luggage, which I use to store original art. We've got these two guys. They're going to be for sale at Gamehole Con, and this one's already been spoken for. He's going to a new home. Good old Bigfoot. So we put these guys in here for safe travel to the event. I like these large roller luggage suitcases because they can fit a 16x20 print, and a lot of times I'll get prints on canvas that are 16x20, and they fit in there perfectly. They are durable, and they roll, so it makes it easy to transport. I also have my table runner in here, and my tablecloths. And how I transport the large prints is I bought a whole bunch of white pillowcases, and I wrap them up in there for safekeeping and pack them up, roll them away, and ready to go. The final piece of the puzzle is this Husky rolling toolbox that's modular. You can add those as you like. And in here we keep all of our administrative things, tape and whistles and whips and chains and clips and markers and pens. And then down below we keep maybe some tools that you'd need, pliers and screwdrivers and knives and clamps. And then down below is more general storage. We've got some large size bags down there, more tablecloths to cover our stuff if we're overnight. And yeah, so that is pretty much the whole transport and production end of this joint. Now, through the editing magic, I'm going to take you out to the garage and you can try to see me Tetris this into the back of my Jeep Renegade. Okay, here we are in my not at all filthy garage, or as I like to call it, the staging area for Tetris. I need to fit all of this crap Here we've got my bin for the originals, some weights for the panels, my roller case, those 2 Plano boxes of prints, my wife's luggage, boxes of empty, or boxes of frames that are waiting to have art put in them. You know, a fatigue mat, because I do a lot of standing up. There's that giant roller bag full of originals and large prints. There's a wagon to make the trip easier. There's my wife's backpack, because she is running a bunch of D&D games at this convention. There are some chairs, and the banner. Another bag of toiletries. 2 big boxes of displays, wire rack displays that go on the table. Luckily, we don't have to take the lawnmower or the table saw. Coming around this side. That's awesome camera work, Jay. Coming around this side, we have my CPAP machine. Table risers for underneath the table legs. That's a tip that I saw not long ago on YouTube, where if you put 3-inch table risers, it brings your table up more to eye level, so people are going through your prints. They're more comfortable, they don't have to bend over as far, and it keeps all your shinies farther away from tiny little fingers of children, ragamuffins, if you will. Then we've got these awesome display grids that are very sturdy and super light. For this convention, I don't have to take all 8. I'm just going to take 4 of them because I've got a smaller space than the last one. There's a folding table, which fortunately I don't have to take. And then my print bin in front of the treasure chest there. That way my browser bin, people can browse my prints. And I'll show more about that when we get set up at Gamehole. I will continue this saga there. But as you can see, we got to fit all of that into the back of my luscious green 2017 Jeep Renegade. So I believe in myself, and I'm going to set this camera up, and you can believe in me too through the magic of time lapse. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really impressed with myself right now. There is so much room in there for activities. Usually the last thing to go in is this handy folding wagon, but it's a little heavy and a little dirty. I take it camping, so I'm gonna put that down, and then the browser bin for my prints. Barring any surprises from my wife, we're ready to go. So now that we've safely arrived and halfway set up, we open up these Plano boxes. You remember our Dorktopus friend here. He will go into this art browser. So when I've got these stored here, I'll have multiples of the same print. I don't want to put a bunch in the browser because people just don't want to browse through this many prints. So we'll just take one out and throw it in the browser. And then that way too, people will see that and think, oh, there's only one left, I better buy it. It's a little trick for people that are putting together their own booths. So I'm gonna go through here and pick all of the prints that I want to go in the browser. The rest of them will stand up, and then as we sell prints throughout the weekend, we'll just replace the prints that we sell with prints out of the Plano box. It's a great system. All right, and there we go. And then we take the rest of them, stand them up in the box so that we can rifle through them easily as we need to replace prints. But that way we don't have, 5 of one different thing and people get sick of looking through it. Also, you don't want to have too many choices in there. I think we're getting close to that because people experience what's called paralysis by analysis or analysis paralysis, in which case if they have too many choices, they're maybe just not going to choose at all. So there you go. There's a little thought behind the whole process. And that's a wrap for Gamehole. If you want to see how we pack that all up, well, just watch the previous section in reverse. That'll be the fastest way to do that. At the end of it all, we wound up selling 37 of those little 4x6 framed prints. So it's a good thing I brought the empty frames and the little photo album of prints to slip in there, because that came in handy. We actually used all 36 extra frames that we brought with us to replace some stock, so that's pretty exciting. We sold 12 8x10 prints. I've done better in the past, but that's okay. And sold 2 of my 16x20 prints on canvas, some original art, and lots of magnets. Made all kinds of great contacts, so it was cool. So hopefully this explains a little bit more about how I store and organize my prints and replenish them during the event. And good luck tabling at your next Artist Alley.